The name Baker Street is sure to conjure up images of a bygone age, whether it be that of a super detective or the home of one of London Underground's original stations.
The Baker Street tube station was opened in 1863 as part of the world's first underground railway and is now a stop on the Circle, Hammersmith and City, Metropolitan and Bakerloo lines. This makes it an ideal location to access any part of the city. A short walk brings you to the Wallace Collection, an historic London townhouse that is now a national museum showcasing superb works of art. At 221B Baker Street is the world-famous Sherlock Holmes Museum that, funnily enough, is an address that doesn't exist. It is where fictional detective Sherlock Holmes and his sidekick, Dr. John H. Watson, lived between 1881 and 1904. The first-floor study overlooking Baker Street has been restored to keep with the style of Victorian times. Also of worthy note was that the Beatles' Apple Corp was based at 94 Baker Street, and British songstress Dusty Springfield lived on the street in the 1960s.
We're now crossing Baker Street into another famous area of London, Marylebone, a place that counts Noel Gallagher, Madonna and Sir Clement Freud as one of its residents. This is a wonderful area of London to visit.
Just near Baker Street tube station is the world-famous Madame Tussauds exhibition, one of the most iconic London attractions. Visitors around the world make their way here to rub shoulders with the rich and famous, or at least pretend they are. The original exhibition of her work was held way back in 1802, off the Strand, but it has since made its home here in Marylebone. If you simply want to escape to a traditional London high street, Marylebone High Street is perfect. Lined with all kinds of shops, including designer furniture stores and clothes boutiques, restaurants, bars and patisseries, it's the ideal place to spend an afternoon. The Cabbages and Frocks Market is open on various days during the week, so why not pick up some local jewellery or sample some local British cuisine. Back onto Marylebone Road and you will soon come to the Royal Academy of Music. It is one of the 40 colleges and institutes that make up the University of London, and it is considered Britain's senior music conservatoire. Students from around the world have honed their skills here since it was first established in 1822. Musicians, players, singers, conductors and composers have studied here, and some have gone on to become leaders in their profession around the world. Cavendish Square is home to one of the branches of Coutts, one of the country's oldest and most exclusive banks. Recently, they became the major sponsor for London Jewellery Week, an inaugural event that one day hopes to rival the successful fashion, music and film showcase events. Throughout its long history, Coutts has always had a special relationship with art and artists in every field, and amongst their many famous clients were Charles Dickens and Chopin. But in fact, their most important client is Queen Elizabeth II.
Coutts is the international private banking arm of the Royal Bank of Scotland Group, and thanks to their terrific reputation in the banking world, are able to offer a staggering £1 million a year to various art projects.
Earlier this year in June, a whole week of inspirational events were held in a festival that promoted innovation, style and diversity in British jewellery. The week consisted of more than 600 dazzling events, many held at some of the most iconic venues in the capital. Visitors had the chance to talk to the designers and to get a serious insight into the jewellery world. In fact, they even were able to learn how to make their own jewellery. The most established names and biggest labels teamed up with talented up-and-coming young stars to blend timeless style with soaring imagination. This truly was a showcase not only of London's excellence in the jewellery industry, but also its vitality. There was also a series of colourful street festivals, carnivals and catwalk shows, providing a platform to nurture the industry's most creative designers.
Have you seen any pieces
that you've liked?
We've had a little look around. We're going to look in the jewellery shops in a moment. As we all like jewellery, don't we, ladies?
We do. I think it's a really good concept because you get lots of other sponsor events, you get drinks events, but you never got jewellery events, which I think is a very girly thing. And of course, you know, to have everything in one area, like it's concentrated in Mayfair, it's fantastic. We love jewellery! It's really good! It's really fun!
It was the perfect shopping opportunity for jewellery lovers everywhere. Whether you like wearing the beautiful classics or the most extraordinary innovative designs, this event should not be missed next year.
I'm now making my way down Marylebone Road into Regent's Park, a park like many others in London that used to be a royal hunting ground.
In the 18th century, it became a place for fun and leisure, which is still enjoyed in abundance today. Around that time, John Nash was hired by Prince Regent to do something grand and architectural. His ideas were the closest London has ever been to a grand plan. Regent Street carved its way from the park right through to the Mall. Although most of his designs were torn down in the Victorian era, many of his original stucco terraces still survive around the perimeter of the park. The park has a lively and cosmopolitan appeal, with many great attractions. The Regent's Canal flows through the park, which trails from where we were earlier at Little Venice. A lake with a heronry, waterfowl and boating area is popular with visitors. Queen Mary Rose Gardens, created in the 1930s, is stunning with a wide variety of flowers and specimen plants. The garden is also close to the open-air theatre, which is popular in summertime if you wish to see a Shakespeare play in the sunshine. Regent's Park is also home to one of the oldest zoos in the world, London Zoo. A wide variety of sports are also played in the park, including tennis, netball, athletics, cricket, football, Australian rules football, rugby, and even ultimate frisbee. There are also 3 playgrounds for the children, each with an attendant.
I'm making my way down Regent Street towards Oxford Street, one of the busiest parts of London. Don't forget, we still have Carnaby Street and Piccadilly to see. But first, we caught up with one of London's newest locals as she participated in one of the thousands of local events held around the city every day of the year.